Um, so this is what I said in regards to the clip we're about to watch. The rich people are trying to use a former employee for the cover-up story when it was the rich people committed insurance fraud. There's Epstein-related evidence in the building too.
One of the biggest fires in Rio Rancho history is now being classified as arson, and investigators say they have identified multiple persons of interest. News 13's Courtney Allen joins us with the latest on the investigation.
Kim, investigators say they issued search warrants this week for someone who says they previously worked here at the clubhouse and reportedly told people that he threw gasoline on the clubhouse, left the area, then returned to watch it burn. Investigators say they got warrants for...
Because that's what criminals do. And let me tell you, I mean, anyone that's ever filled up a gas tank in their vehicle just a little too much, or just got stepped in a little bit of gas, that smell lingers, right? That smell lingers. They have special solutions. All right, so hold on, we're breaking this down. Gasoline hand wash. I could have worded that better, but you see, like the extraneous lengths. There's actually should be some cleaner. What the hell is it? Gasoline smell remover. Okay. And did the person change their clothes? I mean, after washing her hands. I mean, gasoline, it smells. It lingers. And yeah, well, there's a fire going on, and so there's a lot of smell in it. Gasoline has a very distinct smell and such. Anyways, let's
person's car, home, as well as their iPhone. A canine dog detected accelerants inside the house and car, sending his clothing, shoes, and car seat.
I don't have any gasoline in my apartment right now. The thing is, you can find accelerants, rubbing alcohol, mouthwash, WD-40. Well, I mean, WD-40, it's more oil, and it's only the, like, when it's atomized, will it ignite, sort of thing, or under high heat. Let's see, lighter fluid, for the gas, for a grill or something like that. Matches, there's solid freaking accelerants as well.
Fabric to a lab for testing. They're also extracting data from his phone. At this point, they are not...
Destroy the clothing. I mean, that's the thing, is like the motherfucker, unless he was wearing a Tyvek suit, but those Tyvek suits are white and they get torn really easily because all it is a vapor barrier that's used on a wall. It's Tyvek. Whenever you see those buildings are being constructed and all of a sudden there's some white film that says popular box store name on it, that's what their suits are made of. It's a semi-permeable material that essentially allows for vapor to leave, water vapor. Anyways, understand what Tyvek is.
Releasing his name and not calling him an outright suspect. Investigators say they will be issuing as many as 8 more warrants for this person and several other people of interest after receiving
several other peoples of interest.
Dozens of tips.
This search warrant is no indication that we're fixated in one direction. It's just one.
Receiving dozens of tips.
This search warrant is no indication that we're fixated in one direction. It's just one direction.
Office of Superintendent Insurance. It's being ruled an arson. And oh my goodness. Okay.
of a multifaceted investigation. So based on the search warrants, it's going to help eliminate or identify other individuals.
Investigators are also conducting a canvass of the neighborhood, looking for photos, videos, and surveillance from surrounding homes and gas stations. As for the future of the clubhouse, Mayor Greg Hull says it's unclear what the owner plans to do.
We do not have a submitted master plan. We do not have a submitted development plan that deals with what's going to happen on the clubhouse property. At this point, we're waiting for the property owner to submit for a demolition permit so that they can go ahead and start demolition and clean the site.
We reached out to the owner about his plans, but he declined comment until after tonight's city council meeting. There will be a discussion at tonight's meeting about the owner's charitable donation of the golf course, and Mayor Hull says he will also be asked about the future of the clubhouse. Kim, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Courtney. Now, investigators say the lab results from the search warrants could come back in a couple of weeks. Now, the golf course was closed for 3 years before the fire.
It was closed for 3 years before the fire. And then all of a sudden it opens up and then it ignites. Suspiciously, just opens up. And this is called investigative journalism, people. I don't know why I did that. I meant to click here.
He is a powerful and well-connected billionaire hedge fund manager with ties to New Mexico. Now federal prosecutors are accusing Jeffrey Epstein of a sex trafficking ring involving minors. Here's News 13's Chris McKee.
Yeah, Dean, Jeffrey Epstein's name has been in and out of national headlines for years for his high-profile connections and accusations of sexual misconduct. Some of those accusations are also alleged to have happened here in New Mexico. With a giant letter Z mounted over its entryway, this is the massive Zorro Ranch. A rural New Mexico mansion near Stanley and one of many compounds owned by billionaire Jeffrey Epstein, a man federal prosecutors are eyeing once again.
This conduct, as alleged, went on for years, and it involved dozens of young girls, some as young as 14 years old.
In a new federal indictment, Epstein is accused of recruiting a network of dozens of teen girls that he's said to have sexually abused in his homes in New York and Florida between 2002 and 2005.
The underage girls were initially recruited to provide Epstein with massages, and often did so nude or partially nude. These massages became increasingly sexual in nature.
The feds just raided Epstein's New York townhome. He pleaded not guilty today to charges in New York federal court. But back in 2007, Epstein pleaded guilty to soliciting an underage girl. He did 13 months for that crime. A federal prosecutor, though, declined to take the case to federal court in 2000.
Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I think I struck a nerve. I think I just struck a nerve. Like, why the fuck? Because there was a 4-4 error. Where's that Baltimore one? Famed country club in Rio Rancho gutted by fire, not arson. Officials say the clubhouse roof collapsed and they over land leased to Jeffrey Epstein. What the? I think All right. Come on. Wait. Oops. Damn. Damn. Not arson. When was this? October 6th. Okay. Developers say plans to revitalize country clubs still go. Offers golf course to city. Huh! That sounds like bribery to me. The owner of the defunct club Rio Rancho has said he still plans to revitalize the property, and he has ordered to donate the golf course portion to the city. Huh. Hold on, wait. Alright, so let's just kind of... Here, I'm going to pause this. Around 8 p.m. Oh, well, I was with so-and-so, and I was with so-and-so. Very suspicious of a time. Why are you going to commit... I mean, like... And especially to start it on a roof? I don't know, this... Kissing some city ass. We were hopeful and prayerful that nobody was injured in the blaze. We were very appreciative and brave. Shut up. Only had liability insurance on the structure. There will be no insurance proceeds provided to Land Development to LLC as a result of the fire at the clubhouse. Special Agent Mark J. Torres, Special Agent in charge for the Office Superintendent of Insurance Criminal Division in Albuquerque. So he has a very long-winded title, meaning that he doesn't really, his job is meaningless. He was investigating the cause of the fire, confirmed that insurance only covered the case of someone dying or being hurt inside of the building, not fire damage. In April 2018, after months of scar. So that in itself is even more concerning. Okay, so they've eliminated the need, the money. Like, who doesn't have fire insurance? Who doesn't have fire insurance? Who doesn't have fire insurance? If this place was turning a profit, I mean, the thing is that only having liability proves that freaking, you know what, that like my older cars and stuff like that, and you don't have full coverage on them. You just have liability for in case something happens or whatever else, because you don't have to pay that insurance. But the thing is, if this place was such a, I mean, how much would it cost? Oh, and they were having plans to. There's more to this. Good God. What was it? Hold on a second. Now things are starting to make sense. Single family housing. They were trying to turn the place into a urban development, suburban development. They just gave it to the city. Well, the city can go ahead with plans on it, and basically they're trying to drive out some of the neighbors, or they're just driving out people in that community. That's what they're doing. You don't just give 190 acres away to a city, especially 190 well-maintained acres. Well, if it's a golf course and such, yeah, there's got to be some maintenance there, huh? The plan moving forward is to demolish or remove the debris from the clubhouse area. He said in the next few weeks, he asked that neighbors help us keep the property cleared of any visitors or trespassers, as the clubhouse is structurally unsafe. Yeah, so agents go in there and freaking clean some stuff out. Land Development too, he said, will engage security and install a new fence to keep the property clear of people. Who the fuck's gonna be out there? It's 190 acres with nothing on it. This plan will include 62 acres of residential zoning and 198 acres of golf course, or open space zoning, he said. Well, it just seems like this is a smooth transition. Yeah, you know what, freaking, we won't get what we want, through the, justice system. So we're just gonna, find a loophole. This is Agenda 21. If no such golf course operator is willing to redevelop those areas, then we make the 198-acre property available for active space and open trails and native vegetation. Burden of millions of dollars on taxpayers. What was I saying? Very suspicious. These burdens would include environmental remediation, premise liability, and infrastructure replacement and repair, to name a few, Hull said in that statement. Additionally, the original property was 270 acres, leaving 80 acres. 70 acres have been rezoned for residential development, and 10 acres, where the now destroyed clubhouse resides, have been withheld for Mr. Skarsgård's financial gain. Interesting. Pardon me. So I'm having a little bit of trouble, sleuthing this out. It's going to take a little bit more work, but I live in Albuquerque, roughly where that star is, and Rio Rancho, right here, and then there's Santa Fe, right up here. There's a lot of empty space through here, and that's the thing that I learned about the desert, is that there's a lot of corrupt people out here and a lot of ways for people to be trafficked. And what really needs to happen is that smacketh down needs to be laid on these politicians here in New Mexico, because they're paid. They're paid. This state is so fucking poor, and that's the thing is, why the fuck would Epstein be here? Oh, it's quiet and private, and the weather. Well, being the richest state, being one of the poorest states, right? And that's how these fuckers get away with fucking murder, and rape, and freaking pedophilia, and tax evasion. Please wake up, people.